Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to bring financial personnel to order. Start off with the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I believe everybody's had a chance to go over minutes.
Move. Second.
First by legislator Wilbur, second by legislator Twist. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried. On resolutions. GC2, resolution authorizing the creation of two positions in the county clerk's office.
Second.
First by legislator Rolls, second by legislator Wilbur. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. PS1, resolution authorizing budget modification sheriff's office to accept revenue from Oswego County school districts to fund special patrol officer positions.
I'll move it. Second.
First by legislator Wilbur, second by legislator Twist. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries, thank you.
Thank you.
Resolution, PS2, resolution authorizing budget modification sheriff's office transfer from unappropriated fund balance to cover mental health treatment expenses.
Move it.
First by legislator Wilbur, second by legislator Lockwood. This is what you took on last year from,
Yes, it's
yeah, switched it to your department.
more state mandated.
Yeah.
These people need
Any questions?
to stand
From
here.
anyone? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries, thank you. PS3, resolution authorizing budget modification sheriff's office transfer from unappropriated fund balance to overtime payments corrections division.
Move it.
First by legislator Wilbur, second by legislator Walpole. It's hard when you're trying to get it all out. Do we have any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried, thank you. Thank you. IT 1, resolution authorizing the implementation and funding in the first instance 100% of the federal aid state, what is the actual pronunciation of that? Marchicelli program aid eligible cost of a transportation federal aid project and appropriating funds therefore. It's a mouthful. That was hard the other day. Any questions on this? Oh, first by legislator Walpole, second by legislator Lockwood. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Carries, thank you. IT2, resolution increasing authorization of capital project number 98, paving 2019. First by legislator Holt, second by legislator Walpole. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries, thank you.
Thank you.
Light month, nothing for EDP, nothing for health. On the human services, resolution authorizing budget modification, youth bureau, accept additional New York State youth development aid.
Move it. Second.
First by legislator Wilbur, second by legislator Fataya. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries, thank you. Resolution authorizing budget modification Department of Social Service to accept Family First transition funds. First by legislator Lockwood, second by legislator Walpole. Questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Carries, thank you. HS3, resolution authorizing the creation of 2 temporary positions in the Department of Social Services Employment and Training Unit. first? First, legislator Fafaya. Second, legislator Lockwood. Do we have questions? Do you have any questions? Right here.
So didn't we just last year hire or create a new position for training? I don't know specifically for this
This is
department.
different.
Okay.
Employment training is a division of our department
Yeah.
that works with people that are out of work. So it could be dislocated workers, laid off, it could be assistance recipients, it could be a lot of people in different situations. This is to allow for the training our Fulton office has 3 people in leadership, a director and 2 senior employment specialists. All 3 of them are looking to retire within the next 12 months, so this will allow for training time to bring people up to speed. It's budget neutral this year. Next year, we'll probably see some savings because of differences in salaries.
Thanks, Marty. Any other questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Carries, thank you. HS4, resolution authorizing budget modification, Office for the Aging, except New York Connects expansion and enhancement grant.
Move it.
First by legislator Wilbur, second by legislator Walpole. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Carries, thank you. Finance, 1, resolution authorizing chair of the legislature to execute a special council agreement with Napoli Skolnick PLLC regarding generic pharmaceutical price fixing and antitrust litigation.
Get better.
That's right. First by legislator Walpole,
Second.
second by legislator Twist. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Carries, thank you. Resolution authorizing capital project closures and transfers of project balances. First by legislator Walpole,
Second.
second by legislator Wilbur. Any questions? Phil's gone over this pretty well.
Yeah, these are projects that are done, and they came in under budget, and we can move the money back to where it came from.
All in favor? Any opposed? Carries, thank you. Okay, we have an additional resolution. FP3, resolution authorizing budgetary modification to adjust OTAS reserves and capital project authorization levels to meet anticipated needs. This is again, go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, the one you just did affected projects funded through our normal reserves and capital projects. This is OTAS, tobacco money, and we have several highway projects that came in under budget, and we can we need to move that money back into the reserve from which they came. We also have some facilities projects funded under tobacco that require a higher authorization levels due to additional costs. So we're gonna, what this does is transfer savings from several highway tobacco projects into the ones needed by the facilities department to finish things like the LOB work, DMV, roof and window, HVAC. The director felt that there may be some additional costs on those. This will ensure that each of those projects has the money in it that it needs. It's all tobacco money. I anticipate that all these projects will be completed by the end of September. At that time, we'll see what's left and everything. We may have to do one final adjustment with an additional one. So this, if all goes well, is your second to last tobacco budget money.
Thank you, Phil, for the explanation. I guess we can-
I don't have a first.
No, okay. First by legislator Walpole, second by legislator Wilbur. I think Phil explained it pretty good. Does anybody have any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries, thank you. Okay, take your resolutions. Vacancy review.
So basically, we have two telecommunicator positions, the 911, one's behind resignation and one's behind retirement.
Yeah, let's,
We're going to do them all.
Motion to,
we want to do them in a block.
well,
Yeah, go ahead, let's do them in a block form.
Okay. Highway, there is a retirement for a heavy equipment operator, and then there are backfill positions between equipment mechanic 1, 2, a medium operator, heavy operator, and another medium operator 2. And then also Office for the Aging, there was an employee that was on a leave of absence and then just recently resigned from that position. They went to another department, so they've had that position vacant since March. So they'd like to fill that position. And then social services, two types of positions, one because of retirement, one due to a promotional opportunity within the department, and a community service worker due to resignation.
We can move the 911
We have this.
block, I will.
Yeah.
Make a motion to move the two telecommunicators for
We'll do
911.
That's okay.
That's all right, we'll just let you go.
That's all right.
Now we can just roll.
So I'm getting all these funny looks.
Yeah.
No, that's okay. It's all right. Now we'll do them by part.
First by legislator.
First by legislator Wilbur, second by legislator Walpole. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries. Okay, next block is highway.
Motion to move the highway and the backfills as presented. Second.
First by legislator Wilbur, second by legislator Holmes. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries.
Office of the Aging.
Office of the Aging.
First. Second.
First by legislator Price, second by legislator Wilbur. Do we have any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries, thank you very much.
And then social services. all that.
Social services. Motion is, presented with backfill, correct? First by legislator Walpole, second by legislator Lockwood. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Carries. Thank you. Okay. Where are we? Treasurer's report. I probably will.
Real quick, one thing that we discovered, and I think everyone knows, is from the past, is when we walk in with documentation, some people get upset. But unfortunately, like this time, this go around, you're gonna see why we have to walk in with documentation. So when I send out the updates for your chairman for your committee, I'll just have a list of this and what I'm gonna talk about. And then if there's any definitive resolutions, obviously I'll put that information in, but I'm not gonna include all the slides. It's just wasting time. So going forward, you received information early, it was in the red. You received a check since then. So now we're up to 189,000 in sales tax. That's why it's hard to not walk it in.
Like, is that up over budget or up over what we got last year?
Last year. Yeah. Which, wouldn't be a whole bunch. Sales tax, just real quick, sales tax difference, I'm trying to get a trend line for you to figure out if there is a little science to what the state does. And I know Phil and I, it's one of the things we've never come up with one, so I want to document and see if we get a trend line. Last year, as you can see, the blue line dropped really low because they pulled some money from us, and we were able to recover it in health. So, so the stance for sales tax right now is we're looking at that. Last year we came back from a pretty big deficit. Capital reserves, all changed, boom, that one, and then the OTAS, what I'm gonna do with this is, I'll include this in the slide, there's your breakdown. So I'll just give you the update, how much money you have, and then if you want to further go in, you just go on your laptop and look. Tax foreclosure auction, that's gonna be October 5th. It'll begin at 8:30 a.m. As you can see at the Mexico Academy, in the auditorium, at the high school, not the middle school. Approximately 120 some properties. They still have up until Friday to pay to buy back, and we've seen very little in that way. And don't forget, you'll probably be passing a resolution. The land bank has like 12 properties they want to take out. Tentative schedule, we talked about workers' compensation review, the $17 million. I would like to do it. If you're going to be flying through committees, I can up this to like 2:30. Shouldn't take long. It's just an overview of where we stand, our position of that 17 million and how it works. So if you decide you can give it to me later, I can up that meeting to 2:30. It has to be executive session. And we can do it right after FFP if that's okay with some time.
Yeah, should we set up for like 2:30 and run over there?
In the comp committee, well aware, and they want to just come in.
Okay.
Next meeting, Wednesday, pay mileage, a smart idea. We meet with DSS every month. And DSS has, working with them, they have some great ideas for applications, apps on your phone, on their computer with Northwoods, on tracking, and also helps them, the way they present the case, it's an excellent tool for them to use in court cases too, to show who's where and what. Also there's other possible solutions with Stacy had some really good, Commissioner had some really good ideas of maybe other opportunities for other people doing it. So all that's, keep it short, some ideas what we want to do. And then I just threw that out there because that way it gives me something if I need to talk about something. You can't say it wasn't on the agenda. I said yes, it was. I always put it there every month. And real quick, this month I invited my deputy along to come up here. His name's Brian Twist. It is spelled the same as the legislator Twist last name. I just wanted him to become familiar with the operations in case he needs to sit in for me in this situation. Very instrumental in the express pay that will probably be over $800,000 by the end of this month. And he's also working with other departments and trying to get them turned on to express pay so that people can now pay through credit cards or other means. So, and that's it.
Thank you.
And again, any questions for Brian, please get to home, get hold of him, and he'll help you out. Any questions for me?
Thanks, Kevin. Scott?
Thank you. Budget calendar. In your packet is the county budget calendar as required by county law, Article 7. Just as a reminder to the committee what the process is, I have issued the budget memo and instructions to all department heads. This law requires me to get it from them by October 1st, but allows me to ask for it as early as September 1st, so I do, so maybe have an earlier start on it. Happy to learn that many of the departments start on their budgets on their own in July, but I think July and August is when most of the work is being done by the departments. So by September 1st, I'll have all the requests entered into Munis from all the departments. During September is when I meet with all the department heads and go through their budgets with them, work out adjustments, and I get a bigger picture of, I get to see the big picture of where this budget may be going for the next year. Before November 15th, I have to give it to you. The law allows me about a month and a half. I try, as always, try to get that to you in October. I work with this committee as to what the right date is and how it's presented during that time. Often it depends on how much work has to be done to get the budget where we want it. Once it's turned over to the legislature, state law requires this committee to go over it and make recommendations before it goes to the full legislature and the public hearing. We throw in our own additional step and allow the standing committees to review the departmental budgets as well before this committee makes any final decisions. Drop dead deadline on adoption of the budget is December 20th by state law. If the legislature doesn't adopt the budget by that time, whenever budget came out of this committee, it becomes the budget vote. Any questions on that? Okay. In terms of the way the budget is shaping up, the Treasurer's Office has calculated a preliminary estimate on the tax cap this year. Because of the state of the economy, it's a 2% allowance. That's affected by other factors that the state gives us, such as a tax-based growth factor they calculate, and how much carryover we have, which is based on how much we're under the cap previous year. To state, if we, the preliminary estimate is the combined total of our county tax levy, workers' comp levy, and community college levy. All three of those could go up a combined 1.8, and we'd still be under the tax cap. We do have some expenses that I know are coming up. We always have labor increases, things like that. A lot of that's going to be eaten up by those normal increases. So as I begin to see the budgets come in, I'll be able to give you a better idea of where we are in relation to that tax cap and our current. Okay.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Okay. Human resources.
In the packet, there is a report with our exams that have been recently scheduled, but that has been updated. Yesterday and today we picked out a bunch more exams that have been scheduled, so please check out the website to see the updated version. As of 7/25, the total number of employees, part-time, full-time, and seasonal equals 1,182 employees. And then currently we have, as of 7/26, 28 vacant positions, and with the salary savings, fringe savings, subtract their annual leave payoffs, the total up-to-date 2019 savings is $1,318,335.45.
Very nice. Do we have any questions for Julie on any of that? Excellent. I believe so. We need to,
Yeah, I wanted to ask the committee to consider going into executive session under Taylor law regarding personnel matters.
first by legislator Glover, second by legislator Twist. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
That has